history bouncing between divisions, occasionally achieving good results, but never truly competing for the biggest honors in Norway. Their home city, Bodø, sits far above the Arctic Circle, a place more famous for northern lights and fishing than football. Yet from this remote outpost, a footballing miracle was built through discipline, identity, and belief. The foundation of this new era began at the end of the 2010s. After being promoted back to the top division in 2017, Bodø Glimt was not seen as a serious contender. Their budget was small, their facilities limited, and their players were largely unknown. But in 2018, when Kjetil Knutsen took over as head coach, everything began to change. Knutsen's football philosophy was rooted in modern principles: high pressing, fluid attacking football, positional intelligence, and a deep trust in teamwork. Instead of focusing on individual stars, Bodø Glimt built a system that made every player better. Knutsen's leadership transformed the mindset of the club. He created a culture of humility, discipline, and learning. Players were encouraged to focus on progress, not results, to train with intensity, and to trust the process. The club also made a groundbreaking move by working with Bjørn Mansverk, a former fighter pilot, who became the team's mental coach. He introduced concepts of mental balance, focus, and responsibility that revolutionized how the players approached football. They stopped fearing mistakes, started embracing pressure, and began to see themselves as equals to any opponent. Then came the 2020 Eliteserien season, the year Bodø Glimt shocked the entire country. They didn't just win the league, they dominated it. They finished with 26 wins, 3 draws, and only 1 loss, scoring 103 goals and playing some of the most attractive football ever seen in Norway. For the first time in history, a club from north of the Arctic Circle became champions of Norway. It wasn't a fluke. It was the result of years of planning, organization, and belief. The whole football world took notice. A small team from Bodø was playing like a mini version of Liverpool or Manchester City. Their success didn't stop there. Bodø Glimt won the Eliteserien again in 2021 and continued to dominate Norwegian football in the years that followed. Their consistency was astonishing. They were not spending the most money, but they were producing the best football. Their player development model was unique. They sold players for profit, scouted intelligently, and trusted in youth. Many of their best players, such as Patrick Berg, Fredrik Bjørken, and Amal Pellegrino, were either homegrown or signed for low fees and turned into stars. When they sold players abroad, they reinvested carefully, choosing replacements that fit the team's philosophy rather than chasing big names. One of the key secrets of Bodø Glimt's success has been their financial discipline. Unlike many clubs that spend recklessly after tasting success, Bodø Glimt built a sustainable model. In 2018, their annual turnover was around 4 million euros, one of the lowest in the league. But by 2024, their revenue had grown dramatically thanks to league titles, European qualification, and smart sponsorship deals. Their profit margins remained healthy, and they invested in infrastructure, staff, and scouting rather than short-term signings. This responsible approach allowed them to grow steadily without risking the club's future. What truly made Bodø Glimt a phenomenon, however, was their performance in Europe. In 2021, they stunned the football world when they defeated AS Roma 6-1 in the UEFA Europa Conference League, one of the most shocking results in modern European football. That victory announced to the continent that Bodø Glimt was not just a domestic surprise, but a tactical and emotional powerhouse. The following years saw them reach the knockout stages of European competitions, facing major clubs and earning international respect. By 2025, Bodø Glimt reached the semi-finals of the UEFA Europa League, the first Norwegian team ever to do so. For a club from a city smaller than many European neighborhoods, that was historic. At the heart of Bodø Glimt's transformation is their identity, a shared vision that connects the players, staff, and fans. Their football philosophy is simple but powerful. Attack with courage, defend with unity, and play with joy. The team's high intensity, quick passing, and relentless pressing have become their trademark. Watching Bodø Glimt play is like watching a coordinated orchestra. Every movement is planned. Every pass has purpose. They don't park the bus or play defensively against stronger opponents. Instead, they trust their style no matter who they face. Another factor in their success has been the unique home advantage of Aspiramyra Stadion. Located in a region with freezing temperatures and long winter nights, the stadium has become a fortress. The artificial turf allows them to play fast, aggressive football regardless of the weather. Opponents from Southern Europe often struggle to adapt to the conditions: the cold, the wind, the dark skies, and the roaring home crowd. Aspiramyra is small, holding around 8,000 fans, but the atmosphere is electric. Every home match feels personal, passionate, and powerful. Bodø Glimt's influence on Norwegian football goes far beyond their own success. They have changed how other clubs think about development, strategy, and ambition. Before Glimt's rise, most believed that dominance in Norway required big budgets, foreign stars, or decades of tradition like Rosenborg had. But Bodø Glimt shattered that myth. They proved that intelligence, structure, and identity can beat financial power. As a result, many Norwegian clubs have started focusing more on youth academies, tactical planning, and building a clear footballing philosophy instead of chasing expensive signings. Their story has also inspired a new generation of Norwegian players. Young footballers across the country now dream not just of playing abroad, but of playing for Bodø Glimt, because the club has become a symbol of progress, belief, and professionalism. Their European adventures have given Norway international attention and increased the reputation of the Eliteserien. Broadcasters, sponsors, and fans are more interested in the league now than ever before. In many ways, Bodø Glimt has become an ambassador for Norwegian football. The club's ambitions continue to grow. Plans are in motion for a new stadium, a modern facility that will cost around 100 million euros and symbolize the club's long-term vision. It's a bold move, a massive project for a club of their size, but it reflects their confidence and desire to build a legacy that will last for generations. They know that to stay at the top, they must keep evolving, both on and off the pitch. Despite all the attention, Bodø Glimt remains grounded. Their players are known for humility, discipline, and hard work. They don't see themselves as superstars, and that's part of what makes the club special. There's a strong connection between the fans and the team, a sense that they are one family fighting together. When the players celebrate a goal, they celebrate with their supporters, their coaches, and even the ball boys. It's a reminder that success at Bodø Glimt is not just about football. It's about community, pride, and shared dreams. In a world where football is often dominated by money and global brands, Bodø Glimt stands out as a symbol of authenticity. They've built something that feels real, something that fans everywhere can believe in. They have shown that greatness can come from anywhere, even from the frozen north of Norway. And their influence is now being felt across Europe, where smaller clubs are studying their methods and asking, how can we be the next Bodø Glimt? So when people look back years from now, they won't just see Bodø Glimt as a club that won trophies. They'll see them as the team that redefined what Norwegian football could be. The team that proved that success isn't about geography or wealth, but about vision, values, and relentless belief. From the Arctic Circle to the grandest stages of Europe, Bodø Glimt's light now shines brighter than ever, and it's changing the game forever.